Jacoby Tharp just smashed the world record. And get this, he did it in a semifinal. Not the final, just a qualifying race. When he crossed the line, he thought he ran a bad race. Right there on live ESPN TV, he said his last 3 hurdles felt slobby. He guessed he ran around 12:97 or 12:98. Still a new college record. Still cool. More for tomorrow, he thought. Then he looked up at the scoreboard. What happened next froze the whole stadium. But first, you need to know where this kid came from, because the world record is only the beginning. This story starts in a middle school gym in Tennessee, with a kid who got cut from the basketball team and had no clue what came next. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a true sports town. Friday night football, winter basketball. Everybody has a sport and a plan. For Jacoby Tharp, the plan was always basketball. His mom played college ball. His dad played in high school. Basketball ran through the whole family. The NBA was the dream, and Tharp wanted to see how close he could get. Then 7th grade hits. He tries out for the team. He gets cut. Not hurt, not too young, just not good enough. Think about that. 12 years old. Basketball is everything to your family, and a coach tells you no. Tharp needed something to fill his afternoons. His track coach pulled him aside and said, "Try hurdles." Tharp did not want to, and his reason is honest. He was scared of tripping over a hurdle and falling on his face in front of everyone. Not scared of losing, just scared of falling. His coach told him to just try it. 1 year later, Tharp wins the state title in hurdles. 1 year. 0 to state champ. The kid scared of falling is now the best in Tennessee. Right when the path looks clear, everything stops. It's 2020. The pandemic hits. Tharp is heading into 9th grade with real momentum, state champ, getting faster, a real future ahead. Then his whole season gets wiped out. Not shortened, canceled. No races, no times. A full year of growth gone before high school even started. For most young athletes, that kind of break kills momentum for good. You lose your rhythm, you lose your confidence. You feel like you're starting from 0 while everyone else kept moving. Tharp goes back to basketball. Makes the team as a sophomore, still splitting focus, still not all in on track. When he returns to hurdles, he has to prove himself again, and bigger hurdles are waiting. High school hurdles stand 39 inches, college hurdles stand 42 inches. 3 inches sounds small until you're sprinting full speed and your whole rhythm has to change. Coaches look at a 6'4" teenager and worry the taller hurdles could be a problem. One coach sees it completely differently. Ken Harnden, Auburn assistant coach, former Olympic hurdler, still holds Zimbabwe's national record in the 400-meter hurdles. A coach who turns raw talent into greatness. When colleges are recruiting Tharp, plenty of schools want him, but something about Harnden makes the choice easy. Tharp later says it himself. He knew Coach Ken would get him where he needed to be. Here's the real detail though. When Tharp signs, his mom sits down with Harnden. She tells him straight up, "Do what you need to do, on the track and in life, to get my son where he needs to go." That's not a recruiting pitch. That's a mother trusting a coach with her son, and Harnden takes that seriously. One more thing seals the deal. Tharp's basketball highlights are part of his recruiting tape. Videos of him launching off the free throw line, dunking on that 6'4" frame. Harnden watches and sees it instantly. Those legs were made for hurdles. That body was built to fly. 2024 World Under-20 Championships, Lima, Peru. Tharp is 18, his first time on the world stage. He wins gold. World champion at under-20 level. Along the way, he breaks a Tennessee record that stood for 42 years. Back at Auburn, he becomes the first freshman since 2011 to win an SEC outdoor title. Now the whole hurdling world is watching. 2025 brings the NCAA indoor title, the NCAA outdoor title, and the US championship title. He's the best college hurdler in America. Then comes Tokyo in September, the World Championships, his first senior global final. He finishes 6th. 6th in the world at just 19 years old. But 6th doesn't get you to the podium. 6th doesn't break records. 6th says you belong in the room, but not that you run the room. Grant Holloway runs the room. Olympic champion, multiple world titles. His personal best, 12.81. set at 2021 Olympic trials, the closest anyone had come to Aries Merritt's world record of 12.80, a record that had stood untouched since 2012. 14 years. 14 years nobody could break it. Holloway couldn't do it. Devin Allen ran 12.84 in 2022 and still couldn't do it. The best hurdlers alive kept getting close and kept falling just short. The night before June 10, 2026, Tharp sits alone in his room watching old races. Merritt's 12.80 in Brussels, Holloway's 12.98 at NCAA's, Holloway's 12.81 personal best. He watches them again and again. Not to scare himself, to convince himself he belongs there too. Before bed, he thinks, I can do that. He has no idea what's coming. Going into NCAA's, his best time is 13.01 seconds. Here's why the gap to 12.80 matters so much. You're not just running faster, you're clearing 10 hurdles at full speed, and every single part has to click. Your stride, your rhythm, your height, your speed off the blocks. You can't just decide to go faster. Your body has to do things it's never done, at a speed it's never hit. The jump from 13.01 to 12.80 isn't 0.2 of a second. It's basically a different race. Nobody watching Tharp warm up on June 10th in Eugene expects a world record. Not the press, not the crowd, not the coaches, not even Tharp himself. He's just focused on running his race clean. His coach, Ken Harnden, gives him one word before the semifinal: execute. No speech, no target time, just that one word. Tharp steps to the blocks. The gun fires. Think about Grant Holloway for a second. He's carried this event for years, won everything there is to win. Gold medals, world titles, records. He's talked about wanting to see how far humans could push this event. If Holloway had been standing there that day, he would have said this is exactly what the sport was building toward. A 20-year-old kid from Tennessee who almost picked basketball, who used to be scared of hurdles, who lost a year to a pandemic before his career even started. The kid who spent the night before just trying to convince himself he belonged. That kid is now the fastest hurdler who has ever lived, and he called it something that wasn't even on his bingo card. He still has a final to run on Friday. He hasn't even peaked yet. He's only 20 years old, and he just ran a messy race with bad final hurdles and still became the best ever. LA 2028 is 2 years away, a home Olympics, American soil. Tharp will be 22, the 110-meter hurdles final, the biggest crowd in the sport, a world record already in his pocket, and 2 more years to get even better. If 12.75 came from a bad day in a semifinal, imagine what a perfect race looks like in an Olympic final. So tell me in the comments, Los Angeles 2028, Jacoby Tharp in the Olympic final, home crowd, everything on the line. Does he break 12.70 and set a number that stands for 20 years? Or does home Olympic pressure change everything? Drop your answer below. Every comment gets read. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy deep athlete stories like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Athlete Feeds, and we'll see you in the next one.